Attention! Go!
So the Wyfold Challenge Cup, Kingston Rowing Club on the Berkshire station to the left of the picture, and Thames Rowing Club next to Temple Island. Need to be aware of that. They haven't got coxes on board here, so it's a test for the steering, as demonstrated by Thames here, who have gone zooming out into the middle of the track, and the umpire's got his flag poised.
He's avoided the warning. He's managed to steer back on course. Yep.
It's that elbow I always look for, the right elbow of the umpire. You see it comes out at a jaunty angle, and you know he's thinking about it, or she's thinking about it.
It's drawing Excalibur. So here, Thames, having had a bit of a wobbly steering start, managed to get out to half length in the first 40 seconds. Kingston still really having a go at them, but Thames here like a really long already in their strokes.
Well, they've done well, Thames, because that wasn't absolute perfection with the steering, was it? But it hasn't had any sort of impact on their early race progress. They've already got up to 3/4 of a length clear of Kingston.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at the results from yesterday. I know the wind conditions changed quite a lot during the day, but to the first marker, to the barrier, Thames were 5 seconds quicker yesterday. So paper you'd have thought this is what's happened. So that because they've got the extra speed, despite their start not being great, they've kind of got away with it, to be honest.
Yeah, so they've got a fast start, and it's just whether they can hang on in there. They're still extending the lead.
Yeah, they've got a really nice rhythm, and they generate a lot of handle speed through the middle of the stroke, and it really is giving them lots of returns in terms of their rhythm.
Yeah, they look like a class act, don't they?
They do. Kingston also, they're still doing a really good job in Kingston, but just looks slightly more hectic. They've got less time in the water than the Thames crew.
It's amazing when you watch any top sporting performers, elite sports people, they make the whole movement look so easy, and it's an economy of movement, isn't it? Just look at that boat nearest to the camera there. It's exactly what we've got.
Yeah, it's just, and also the thing is, it just hides how much work they're doing, how much power they're able to deliver to generate this sort of boat speed.
Same in any sport. You look at it, you think, well, how come everyone can't do that? But that's the genius of it.
Well, the blades are right close at Kingston, right by the booms. They've just steered off the booms. It's always tricky that in rowing, because when you do steer, it doesn't turn like a car. The back end skids in, so you actually, if you're quite close to the booms and you steer, you could actually make it worse initially.
And
there
now,
we go.
Look where they're going. Exactly what you say.
So look for the elbow.
The umpire is definitely going to have to get involved here. Surely.
Depends whether the Thames are far enough ahead that they're not going to be.
Perhaps. Yeah, if they keep on going at that angle, Kingston are going to run themselves into trouble. No, they've corrected, but they were flirting with danger there.
And you pay a price for that, because to put the rudder on to change the direction of the boat, you're in fact putting a brake.
Yeah, you lose the momentum through the water. Whereas Thames Rowing Club continue to make sublime progress down the track, completely unfazed by what's going on. You can just see Kingston battling it a bit more, aren't they? Not just with the steering, but most evidently with that.
They look far more racy, don't they? They look like the stroke rate is a bit higher and they're attacking a bit harder. But actually the Thames crew, just a more languid, more precise rhythm. It's giving them the returns at the moment. It's hard to see. It still looks like it's probably clear water, but it's hard to tell what the actual margin is from here.
So in the Thames boat, you've got Ben Wright. You can see his back on the left-hand boat. Picture there, Ben Wright. He's 23 years old, 4th year competing. Prince Albert Challenge Cup finalist 2 years ago at the Regatta. You've got James Reader, who's 29 years old. It's his 11th Henley Royal Regatta. That's going some, isn't it? There's a 29-year-old.
Yeah, there's 27 Henley representations in that Kingston boat.
Yeah, that's a good old string of experience. Stephen Backus, 19 years old, and Felix Rawlinson as well. That's the makeup of the Thames Rowing Club boat. So you've got a lot of experience, a lot of Henley Royal Regatta experience in both boats.
Yeah, Reader also, he's been to 10 Henleys, like you said. It's absolutely astounding, isn't it?
It is at the age of 29, and you've had a year missed.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you have. So every year he's a junior and beyond.
They're getting close to those booms again. They need to be careful, Kingston.
Yeah, you don't want your regatta to end with you lying across the booms. It's just not a great way to end.
And the umpire is now speaking to Thames Rowing Club, suggesting they might like to get back onto their side of the wall. So that might have impacted Kingston. It might have sent them to the booms, because I'm told by the the experts we've had in the commentary box over the last few days, you quite often take your bearings from your opposition, so if they creep across the water you might be shunted towards the booms a bit.
Yeah, and also in this kind of margin, if you look at the weight coming off the bows of the Thames boat, that goes across the course and actually then starts catching the other crew, and it starts to affect the way the boat runs and how straight it runs. So it does make it more tricky. So if Thames move across, it is actually affecting the Kingston crew negatively.
Thames have been sent back to their side, and now both boats are well settled in the water.
Yeah, they've got great conditions today. No, the water's nice and flat. They're going to get some great rowing. The wind's quite calm. Yeah, and Thames here looking very nice. The guys are very steady at the finish. They really release the blades from the water and let the boat do some of the work. They're not in a hurry to get back to the next stroke. Whereas when we go back to the Kingston crew, they're a little bit more eager to get back to the next stroke. They're not maximising their efforts.
Well, for a semi-final, this is a phenomenal performance. Fast start, look really cool. They haven't run themselves into any bother all the way down the track,
No,
have they?
as soon as they sort themselves out, they've steered pretty well, and they've just slotted into a really good rhythm. And here Kingston again coming across the middle of the course a bit. You can see the difference here. It's just not quite, the handles aren't quite drawn into the body quite long enough, and they're not sitting still, just let the boat do some of the work, just chasing it a bit. But look at them, they're just attacking it so hard all the way, just hoping they can get back on terms.
Well, you just never know. If you keep the pressure applied on the opposition, they could do something crazy. Something catastrophic could occur.
People make mistakes. You never give up, do you? Take your chance whenever it comes.
We saw that so much in the Olympic Games. The boats that exceeded expectations were the boats that gambled a bit and just kept the pressure on.
Yeah, for sure. And you just have to be brave and confident to do that, don't you? Thames here, maybe a little bit over to the middle of the course, steering again. But really good input. They'll be glad that this is the kind of race they had in the semi-final. I'm not sure they were expecting it to do like this. But they'll be glad to have had this now, and they can come back to it someday in the final.
So Thames Rowing Club, one of the performances of the week, producing the semi-final, got out fast, extended their lead, had the race under control all the way down, and Kingston Rowing Club straggling in second, finding it tough going. A few issues with their steering, but credit to them. Any boat that reaches the semi-final stage, as we said earlier in the commentary, deserves huge credit. So Kingston will miss out. Thames Rowing Club on their way to a final. That's tomorrow.